Today, and thank you for being here at Craig Field. I'd like to welcome you to Craig Field on this special occasion. Many of you are probably not familiar with the history of Craig in detail. It was a military base from 1941 until it closed in 1977. As a military base, it had a great reputation. From World War II to Vietnam War, trained over 20,000 pilots that went on and served our country with honor. When it closed in 1977, the impacts of Selma were devastating. For example, the entire combined payroll for Dallas County was $28 million. The combined total payroll at Craig Field, civilian and military, was $32 million. That's hard to recover from a devastating loss like that. Our job here at Craig is to leverage the assets that we have. That's an 8,000-foot runway, one of the third largest runways in the state, 62 acres of parking space, and 3 large hangars, just like the one we're sitting in today. Craig Field is a diamond in the rough. That's a pretty rough diamond, as you can see with some of our buildings. Our job is to polish that diamond, leverage these assets, and make the largest impact economically to this area as we possibly can. Again, on behalf of Craig Field Industrial Authority Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome you today. And now, Pastor Grayson with our invocation.
Thank you. Let us pray. Father, we're thankful today for this great event. We thank you for this great day. You blessed us to come together with our friends and our neighbors, and we're grateful for that. We ask, dear Lord, today that you bless Craig Field Air Force Industrial Authority. Bless Advanced Control today for their seed of hope. They're planting here in our community, in our city. We ask that you bless the EDA and all our partners. Look on our city, look on our mayor today. Bless dear Lord, that everyone that has a hand in this today, we are grateful. We know that without you, this could not take place. So today we want to be thankful. It is because of your grace, your goodness, and your kindness that we're here in this hangar. Now continue to bless and be with all of our partners, each one that would plant seeds of hope into this community, into our city. We ask that you bless them back in return. And we ask this today in Jesus' name. Amen, amen. And amen.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great day for Dallas County. Would you agree? My name is Aubrey Carter. I'm the chairman of the Selma'S Economic Development Authority, and I'm here to recognize our special guests. So to do this recognition, we're just going to simply ask you to slip your hand in the air when I call your name or your group. First up is Cindy Pate, who represents Senator Tommy Tuberville. Ms. Pate, thank you. Ed Steele, ATC Executive Director, Deputy Secretary of Commerce. Bob Smith, Commerce Assistant Director of Business Development and Aerospace Programs. Bob, okay, sorry, Bob. Ms. Brenda Tuck, Commerce Rural Development Manager. Michael Jordan, Area Manager, Alabama Power Southern Division. Maybe he's still in the parking lot. Retired Judge Johnny Jones. Hey there, Judge, good to see you. Craig Airport Authority Board of Directors, if you all will slip your hands in the air. Thank you all. Our board, EDA Board of Directors, if you would slip your hands in the air. Thank you. Probate Judge and Chairman of Dallas County Commission, Jimmy Nunn. Our Mayor, James Perkins, City of Selma. Our city council, Selma City Council, if you would slip your hands in the air. Thank you all for coming. Our sheriff, Dallas County Sheriff Mike Grantham. Police Chief of Selma, Kenton Fulford. There you go, Mr. Fulford. And Frank Farmer, Bureau Chief of Alabama Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division. Thank you for coming. Is there anyone that I missed or that has slipped in I was unaware? That's right, our county commissioners. Thank you so much there, Curtis. If our Dallas County commissioners, if you would slip your hands in the air. Thank you so much. Charge it to my head, not my heart. We'll appreciate you. All right. And we'll turn this over to Wayne.
Good morning. It's truly an honor for me to make this introduction. Since 2011, he has served as Alabama's Secretary of Commerce. During his tenure, industry publications have repeatedly honored Alabama for economic development success. During this time, he's attracted projects involving almost $54 billion in new private sector capital investment and over 160,000 jobs. In 2020, nearly $5 billion in capital investment was attracted despite COVID-19, which is great. He leads negotiation with companies considered in Alabama such as Mercedes-Benz, Mazda Toyota, Google, Amazon, Boeing, Airbus, Blue Origin, GE Aviation, Polaris, and many, many others. He spearheaded a successful effort to overhaul state's outdated incentive platform, and that was much needed and has really helped this state. And I personally thank him for that. He launched the Made in Alabama brand, which you see all over now, and it is well-known brand, not just in the state, but nationally, and probably and internationally. He also launched the rural brand. Brenda Tux here represents that. And that's just an extension of Made in Alabama, but it just shows the advantages of doing business in rural areas, which is good. It was two great things happened to him in 1983. First, he graduated from the University of Alabama. Yay. And secondly, he married his lovely wife, Denise. Without his help in this project, this wouldn't have happened. I can tell you that. Jim and I started meeting with Greg 18 months ago and made a presentation, and Bob Smith was there, and they liked it, and we started working on it. It has been a long journey. I felt like it would be hard because of some buildings we had to do, but I did not think it'd be 18 months. But during that time, Greg stayed the course. He supported us, he encouraged us, and we're able to get to where we are now. Time will not allow me to tell you what all we went through to get this project landed. Quite a few things. Please join me in welcoming my good friend, Greg Canfield.
Thank you, Wayne. Well, here we are. Selma and Dallas County, you pulled off another good one. Dan, I want to tell you that I appreciate your patience through all this, because that meeting that we had working through this 18 months ago to get to this point was a little bit of an effort, but here we are. I think it's only fitting that we are here at Craig Field, which, as you've already heard from Jim Corrigan, was the home for Craig Air Force Base. And today, we've got more promising news about the future of Craig Field. It's a brighter future. This particular project that we're here to talk about today is a project about the future. This is a project that will establish and reestablish Craig Field's preeminence as an airfield and an airport facility that looks to the future of aviation. I certainly want to thank our team at Commerce, and I want to thank our project lead. You've already heard his name, Bob Smith. Bob, raise your hand again. And I'd like to ask all of our team members from the Alabama Department of Commerce, many of whom have already been recognized, to please stand and be recognized. I've got a great team at the Department of Commerce. And this team is the group that works with everyone locally, in this case very strongly working with Wayne Vardaman and Jim Corrigan and the others that help bring this project that we call Project Tower to fruition. Well, Advanced ATC is the company that you see here, as well as some of their technology focused in the corner over here to my left, and a temporary tower that they have that I'm sure you'll hear more about in a few moments. This remote tower is what part of this project is all about. Advanced ATC will establish a remote tower control center to service up to 40 airports in the United States, right here from Craig Field. That's the vision. Advanced ATC will team with a company that is also represented here today by Luis Ramirez, and that company is called Indra. Indra provides the software and the technology that will bring this all together. In addition, Advanced ATC will establish an international training and certification center for air traffic controllers. In fact, it will be its first of the kind in the world, because they will be providing operational training and certification for remote tower and air traffic controllers from right here at Craig Field, opening up the world to Selma, Alabama. The Academy is projected to house and train between 25 and 50 students each year. This represents about a $4.7 million initial capital investment for the remote tower and air traffic control center, creating about 28 initial jobs in the first year and a $3.1 million annual payroll, growing over the next 5 years to an expected 119 jobs and an $8 million annual payroll here at Craig Field. Remote towers represent an important and innovative step in aerospace modernization efforts across the globe, and particularly afford great opportunity here in the U.S. And I'm really excited to see Advanced ATC establish this pioneering operation here at Craig Field. This was a unique collaboration. There were a lot of moving parts that were involved. Part of those moving parts were the fact that there needed to be buildings associated with an office, as well as training areas and dormitories for the academy. And it just so happened that the state, through two agencies, the Alabama Department of Corrections and Alabama's law enforcement agency, ALEA, which owned two buildings, which once we went to Governor Ivey and gave her the outline of this project, she stepped forward and helped us work with ALEA and the Department of Corrections to transfer the ownership of those buildings to the Craig Field Airport Authority for the purposes of this project. This academy will not just be providing new investment and new jobs here at Craig Field in Selma and Dallas County. this project represents an opportunity to reactivate the usefulness of this airfield, but also to project Selma, Alabama and Craig Field far into the future for aviation and the modernization of air traffic control as we know it. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Dan Cunningham, who's the principal with ATC. And Dan does consulting all over the world for air traffic, and he also runs an academy in Georgia. So with no further ado, I'm going to ask Dan to come up and kind of tell you more about the project.
It's a great day in Selma. Imagine for a moment, 120 years ago, you were President Kitty Hawk and Orville Wright did their little short flight, and look where aviation came in that time period. And I believe that this historic moment equals that because it's going to change the dynamics of air traffic control for the future of the world. And we're excited to get this project going. We've been working on it for several years, and there's two local heroes. Really want to acknowledge Wayne Barterman and Jim Corrigan. They have done Selma proud in getting this project done. They were the tenacity was unbelievable, and that's why I stuck with Selma, because of the people. It wasn't so much the location, but it was the people here. Everybody involved in the project, I fell in love with the people here, and that's why we stuck with it. And just wanted to also recognize them, and of course Bob Smith and his team keeping after as well. And recognize some of my team members in the back over there. They came down here to help out with displaying some of our great features. Two brand new products that we're bringing about that no one else has in the world right now. Just to see in the back corner over here, we call it a multiple remote tower system. And that system is designed to train international controllers right now, because we don't have that technology or the people in the U.S. doing that yet, but we will shortly after we get our academy and our center up and running. But we hope to attract other countries from around the world to come here to get that specified training, because there's no academy in the world right now that does that. So that's why we designed this system back there. And Brian, our tech person, if you want to talk to him and how it was done, he can tell you all about it, because it's a great technology. Also behind us you see what we call the Mardi vehicle, Mobile Rapid Remote Tower System. That can be used as a standalone control tower using video cameras, or it can be a mobile operation, so it can fit in the C-130 and can be brought anywhere in the world and set up in a matter of minutes. And with the voice communication, that video and audio can actually be transmitted here via satellite, and we can work a control tower around the world. So once we get all that set up, we'll be marketing this product to some of the military. We hope to have military work in our center with us, because there's military operations that go on around the world, and so we can incorporate the military's capabilities. And it's a great vehicle to set up a tower that, for example, down in Tyndall Air Force Base, I believe it was, their tower was wiped out. We could bring this vehicle in there, set it up in a matter of minutes, and have a brand new control tower in operation in just minutes. So this is technology that no one else in the United States has done as far as an American company goes. So this is what we're bringing here. The other piece to there is, as mentioned, we'll have our second domestic academy. We'll be advertising that here locally soon. If you know any really great students out there, we're going to be offering some major discounts to attract the local people here to start it out. And we'll have, of course, the international part to that, and the multiple remote tower system, and our Mardi vehicle, and the ultimate process will be the remote tower center. As mentioned, we hope to have up to 40 domestic airports from around the country. And what happens is the brick and mortar towers you see today are costing anywhere between $5 and $10 million. Well, we can bring that technology to an airport and do it for just under $1 million and have them a live control tower operating from here. And it's very technical, but you kind of get the gist of it. If you have any questions later, we'd be glad to entertain those questions. Make sure I've covered all my subject here. I didn't want to forget the most important person in my life, Monica, over here. My wife and I have been married 47 years, and so we'll try it again for another 47. We'll see what happens if she puts up with me that long. And but once again, this is an historic moment, and we're excited to be here. We're excited to meet new folks here as well as that. And thank you very, very, very much for having us here. Also, I'd like to introduce Luis Ramirez. I've known Luis for probably 25 years. He was an FAA executive. He's got a resume this long, so I'll let him maybe expound on his background. But he's also a representative for the Indra Corporation. Now, Indra Corporation is based out of Spain, but they have air traffic systems around the world. And he helps them do all kinds of things here in the United States as well as other countries and islands, nice little island visits. And like I said, I've known Luis for years, and he'll expand on what Indra will be doing here as well. So here's Luis.
Good morning. A little warm today. I am so blessed to be here. That's the way I feel. I live in Washington, D.C. for the last 20-something years, and people ask me, how is Washington? I call it impersonal. I've been dealing with these folks here from Alabama. They're just fantastic people. It really means a lot. My wife was born in Mobile, Alabama, and now we are residents of Mobile, Alabama, because we purchased a home there. So we're thrilled to be in Alabama. The attitude here is so different, and I'm thrilled to be part of this project. Met Dan, like you said, 20-something years ago, and he is really a true visionary. And with the support, Jim, all these folks here, it's just amazing that we're going to make this work. I represent the Indra Corporation. It's a company from Spain. It's about 50,000 people big. I call it the Home Depot of air traffic control. If you wanted to build an FAA somewhere in a different country, you can buy just about every component from Indra Corporation. Literally, they sell the navigation part, they sell the platforms to provide air traffic control, they do just about everything. They have established systems in over 100 countries. I love their system. When I retired from the FAA, I was an executive there. Believe me, that was not thrilling, but I learned a lot about air traffic control, and then I continued to do consulting with smaller countries, helping them do better in their bookwork and things like that. The next thing I know, Indra invited me to promote their equipment in the United States, and here I am. I believe in their systems. The remote tower is the latest technology that we're using. It's getting established throughout Europe rather quickly. It's a lot cheaper than building a brick and mortar tower like Dan mentioned. And a lot of the larger airports in Europe are using it as a redundancy, as a backup system if they had some kind of crisis, because you can operate from anywhere else. Anyway, again, I'm very proud to be here. Bob, thank you very much for all your support, and Jim, everybody here supported this project, and I can't wait to get it going. And Indra would like to have, high-paying jobs here in Selma, Alabama, and that's what we're promoting. So thank you very much.
At this time, I'm going to ask Secretary Canfield to come forward and make a presentation.
Bob, on behalf of the state of Alabama, I'm happy to welcome you to the state, welcome you here to Selma, Alabama, in Dallas County.
and give you the Great Seal of the state of Alabama. Hopefully, when they get that office built, you can put it somewhere and show it prominently.
Right behind my head.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we have another important person that was heavily involved in the project, and he's our probate judge and chairman of the commission, Jimmy Nunn. The commission and Judge Nunn had a lot to do with helping us get these properties back from the state. Without them being involved and being able to be the conduit to get this done, it wouldn't have happened. And that was the part of the project that took so long. So I appreciate what the commission did. There's a lot of commissioners here today. Raise y'all's hand again, commissioners. Okay. Good. Again, without them, it wouldn't have happened. So we thank them. And Judge Nunn, I'd ask you to come forward and make a few remarks.
Thank you. Let me say good morning, everyone. Glad to be here to Mr. Canfield, Greg. Good to see you. I know you got Greg, Secretary of Commerce, and to Cindy, Senator's office, and to Dan, and to Lewis. Good to see all of y'all, and to the boards, EDA board, and to the Craig Field board. Jim Corrigan, that's working hardest working man, and to Wayne Barnum, and to the mayor of this great city, and to all of the elected officials, to the governing body of the city of Selma, and to my commission, the best commission in the state of Alabama. Glad to have them here in support. And to everybody else, let me say good morning to you. What a great day it is in Dallas County. It is a wonderful day here in Dallas County. Advanced ATC and the Indra Corporation, they could have located their company anywhere within these United States. They could have located their company anywhere within the 67 counties of the state of Alabama. They could have located their company anywhere within the 461 municipalities within the state of Alabama. But they saw something good in Selma, Dallas County, Alabama, and they chose us. And I just want to personally thank you for giving us the opportunity to show you what we have. This is why companies and businesses locate in Dallas County. You know, just look around us here. You can see this hangar here. I was talking to Jim about it. You know, just look as you drove in what we have to offer. What Jim, what he has done out here at Craig Field. Greg, they come because of the state offers such great incentives to get them here. And I heard that billions of dollars of industry that you have brought here. So we thank you for that. They come, Wayne, because it's just so easy to establish a good working relationship with the EDA board. And as you as the executive director. And Dallas County and the city of Selma, they come because we have great hospitality. If we're not good at nothing else, we good at hospitality. When you come, you don't want to leave. So we thank you for locating here. It's like a groom who has found its bride. Advanced ATC and Indra Corporation saw something good in us, and we saw something good in them. Are there going to be some challenges, obstacles, bad days, good days? It's just like a marriage. I will say yes. But one thing I can say about this group that you have here today, that they are committed to make this happen, and they're going to stick beside you 100%. As long as you are here, you have us beside you. And I would like to say on behalf of Dallas County, again, I want to say thank you, and thank you. Thank you for locating the first remote Traffic Control Center in the Western Hemisphere. Not just state, but in the Western Hemisphere. The first is going to be here in Selma, Dallas County, Alabama. Thank you for the $4.7 or $4.68 million investment that's going to boost the economic status here in Dallas County. Thank you for the jobs, and I mean good paying jobs, for 119 employees. And I want to thank you because it's an extension to the families also, just not the 119, but it helps out the families, the extended family. What this does is it opens up the artery, the mainstream for aviation expansion for Craig Field. As we heard that it will serve over 40 airports. And that's something good that will come out of Selma, Dallas County. And there is more yet to come. This is what we have been waiting on for a long time. It's taken about 18 months. And yes, Dallas County Commission have played a great role in it, and we are glad to be part of it. I'm just excited. I know that you're stepping out on this project, but I believe that we can do all things through Jesus Christ who strengthened us. I believe that all things are possible. On behalf of the Dallas County Commission that we have here today, my office as Judge of Probate and the Chairman, Commissioner Cornell Towns, Commissioner Vivian Rogers, and Commissioner Curtis Williams. Commissioner Jan Justice in her absence. We welcome you here, and again, we thank you. Thank you for choosing Dallas County, and if there's anything that we can do to assist you to make this adventure more successful, please do not hesitate to call us. May God bless you, and thank you.
Our mayor for the great city of Selma, Mayor James Perkins.
I won't repeat all of the protocols that have been well stated, and quite frankly, probate judge, none only left for me to do a jig dance up here to kind of celebrate. Somebody give this team an applause. Just a couple of comments. Economic development. Economic development is a very sensitive, Wayne, I go as far as saying a very delicate process. It requires both art and science. And there are a lot of moving parts. I heard that mentioned earlier. And those moving parts must trust each other. And they must work together. Dallas County Probate Judge and the City of Selma's Mayor, we work together to appoint the Craig Field Airport and Industrial Authority Board that's directed by Jim. And Dallas County government and Selma's government, we provide significant funding to the Selma and Dallas County Economic Development Authority directed by Wayne. And we are all working together. Every entity has a role to play. And it is important that we play together. And that's what we're doing. And that is exactly what has happened here. And as a result, together, we just scored big. Somebody ought to say amen. And the hands-on work that Jim and Wayne have done together with the significant support of the Alabama Department of Commerce and with Governor Kay Ivey, you've actually paved the way and clearly marked the road to Selma and Dallas County so that Advanced ATC, their president and COO, both Monica and Dan Cunningham and her team, this entire partnership of Indra Corporation could find their way to us, thus creating not just a win-win, but I think a win-win-win-win. I think everybody wins in this partnership. And now we have the first, somebody ought to see that. We have the first remote air traffic control center in the Western Hemisphere right here in Selma and Dallas County. Now, just to help us understand the magnitude of this project, because I heard the judge mention Western Hemisphere, I want everyone to understand that the Western Hemisphere is half of the earth. Literally, the Western Hemisphere is half of the earth. That is North America, South America, all of the islands and surrounding waters, as well as parts of Africa, Europe, and the Antarctica. Once again, Selma is on the cutting edge of something truly great, something that has never been done before. Our pursuit of becoming a solid logistics hub, starting with aviation, and our available airspace is no longer potential. I'm so tired of that word. I am so tired of the word potential. We're no longer a possibility, but now we are a reality. And on behalf of the city of Selma, and all of those who are present here and who are still working in the vineyards of our community, I say thank you, AATC. Thank you, Indra Corporation. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, EDA. Thank you, Dallas County. Thank you, State of Alabama. And above all, thank God. Together, we are going where no one in the Western Hemisphere has gone before. We are the first. And by working together, we are no longer potential energy. We're no longer potential opportunity. We are kinetic energy. We are kinetic opportunity. We're moving forward together, and together we work. And for that I say, to God be the glory.
The next person I'm going to introduce is Dr. James Mitchell, which I think everybody knows Dr. Mitchell. He's president of Wallace Community College, and he's chairman of Craig Field Airport and Industrial Authority. They do a fantastic job. They remodeled all these hangars. They had the vision to do that 10 years ago or thereabout, and it's paying off now. So I appreciate that vision. Dr. Mitchell, if you would come say a few words.
Thank you and good morning. On behalf of the Craig Airport Authority Board of Directors, I would like to extend our welcome and thank Mr. Cunningham and Mr. Ramirez for their commitment and their dedication to this project. I'd also like to thank Mr. Canfield because I know that he and his staff have worked diligently in the background for over 18 months probably. We have worked with them on many other projects. I was sitting here thinking while everyone was talking about a few years ago, and Mr. Vardaman just mentioned it, a few years ago we dared dream that the Craig Airport Authority could become an aviation hub. We dared dream that. There were a few people on the board who probably looked at us and said, "What are you all talking about? Get real. Do you really think this can happen?" I can say yes, today you see our vision became a reality. And a reality that we really saw a few years ago. And it didn't happen by just chance. It happened because of the dedication, as has been mentioned, of not only Mr. Cunningham and Mr. Ramirez, but of Jim Corrigan and Mr. Vardaman and all of those, our mayor, our probate judge, our county commissioners, our city council. It's happened because of all of us working together. And you see what can happen when we work together. Look at the greatness that happens. Today is a great day. However, it is just the beginning of many more great days to come. Thank you.
Last but certainly not least, I want to introduce my friend and partner on this project, Jim Corrigan. Jim and I have been working together 3 years now. 3 years, and it isn't a day that goes by we don't talk 2 or 3 times a day. And we work beautifully together and have developed a great friendship, and I think that kind of thing is paying off. And that's why we're where we are today. Jim's going to go over the project and kind of tell you a little bit about the people behind the scenes that made this happen. Because there's a lot of folks that make a project like this happen that you don't know about. Economic development really is not an event, it's a process. And he's going to share with you that process. Jim, thank you for everything you do.
Well, I'll wrap this up pretty quick because it's a little bit warm. First of all, 18 months. That's a long time to be working with Wayne Bartman. We've been joined at the hip on this project, and he sewed handles on me pretty early and just carried me through. I know a little bit about aviation, but he knows a lot about economic development. Your reputation, your knowledge of economic development, and to my mind is the best that's in the state. This area is blessed to have it. Your friendship, your guidance, your counsel. Thank you. I enjoyed it, every minute of it. Well, almost every minute, except for the questions Bob Smith kept asking. Secretary Canfield, thank you very much for your time, your confidence in us. Bob Smith, you asked too many hard questions, but I'm glad you did. And you were persistently asking hard questions. And I enjoyed working with you. I enjoyed our trip to Washington, D.C., as well as Valdosta. Thank you for everything. Brenda Tuck, Alabama's Department of Commerce first rural development manager, boundless energy, positive attitude, kept us pushing this project forward. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your help. John Clyde Riggs, Frank Dobson, Director and Assistant Director of the Alabama Tom Bigby Regional Commission, are there to help us, advise us every day, and we thank you for your guidance and continued help with this project. Greg Barker, Mr. Barker couldn't be here today, President of the EDPA. First heard this in 2020. This briefing from us was positive, helped us set up meetings with Secretary Canfield and helped us move this project forward. Erica McKay, General Counsel for the Alabama Department of Commerce. She helped us negotiate our way through this maze of getting these 5 buildings back. She carried us a long ways. I thought it'd be easy. Boy, was I wrong. Personal thank you to Mr. Frank Farmer. Thank you for readjusting your schedule today to be here. What you do as a Bureau Chief for ALDOT Aviation Bureau for every airport, including this one, I appreciate you being here and appreciate your help. Our legal team, James McNeil, Hobbs and Haynes, Chris Grissom of Bradley ARANT, they did the heavy hitting. But when it came down to making the payments for all that legal service, I want to thank the Selma and Dallas County EDA for their financial support. Our probate judge, Jimmy Nunn, County Commission, buildings were conveyed to you. I appreciate you carrying the ball and getting them back to Craig, where we can renovate them and move forward. Your legal counsel, John Kelly, valuable. Thank you, Mayor Perkins, every day. We talk to you every day. Thank you for your support. And this is a great team. And I'm just echoing what has already been said. That's how we move this forward, with the vision and with the team. Dr. Mitchell, thank you as our Board of Director Chairman. Thank you to the Craig Field Airport and Industrial Board of Directors. Chief Moore, I think you're out there. If you would raise your hand, Board of Directors. Thank you for your confidence and your guidance as we move forward. Finally, my deputy, Dan Lane. Raise your hand, Dan. A man that his drive and his talent, endless. Put this together, make it happen. I think you're a MacGyver. You can make anything happen. Michelle Conway, raise your hand. Our Goodwin Mills at Kaywood engineer record, your work's just beginning, because we got some buildings to fix, and we're going to get right at it. This project, cutting edge technology, puts Craig back where our heritage began. We were a training operation. We're going to get into the training operation again, and it's just beginning. The important thing to me as an aviator is this gives us positive airspace above us, positive controlled airspace. That's a first for many new companies if they want to establish operations here. It opens the door. If you have any questions whether this is high tech or not, take a look around, take a look at the tower, go back at the air traffic control training simulator, talk to Madison talk to Emily, 3 weeks from your certification from FAA, and you will be graduates from the current Air Traffic Control Academy. These are the young people of the future. Mr. J, Jerry, a graduate of the school. Talk to them. 98% graduation rate from this company. Compare that to the FAA of 50%. This company has been successful. We've got refreshments provided by our EDA. Please enjoy them. Please ask questions. Talk to our people. For those the press that want to do interviews, please up here by this area right here, you can interview those that you desire. I really appreciate your attendance today. Thank you as we reach our vision. We continue to move this airfield and we continue to move this area forward. Thank you very much for being here today.